Florida, our education standards not only don't prevent, but they require teaching Black history, all the important things. That's part of our core curriculum. This was a separate course on top of that for advanced placement credit. And the issue is we have guidelines and standards in Florida. We want education, not indoctrination. If you fall on the side of indoctrination, we're going to decline. If it's education, then we will do this course. So when I heard it didn't meet the standards, I figured, yeah, they may be doing serious. It's way more than that. This course on Black history, what's one of the lessons about? Queer theory. Now, who would say that an important part of Black history is queer theory?
What's going on, everyone? Talks with Kenny here. Today we're reacting to the Florida rejecting the African American Studies AP course, and I'll give you my thoughts why. So let's get into the article. Exclusive: rejected African American Studies course in Florida features CRT, intersectionality, and gender and queer theory, but I say gender theory. And this is a big bro moment, bro. The state has a bill, Parental Right in Education bill. We do not want this stuff to be taught in our classrooms. In my view, the classroom should only be focused on three things: reading, writing, and arithmetic, aka math. Can we all agree on that? Good. Anything, ideas, ideology, hey, wait until they get into college for that stuff. Let their parents teach that stuff. But don't come here in a general and make a one-size-fit-all solution. Say, oh, all these kids should learn this stuff. Now, granted, this is an AP course, right? So the kids can kind of pick it. But even then, if it goes against a state law, right? If the state has a law, respect it. But then all this fake outrage over, oh my God, look at them. Yo, y'all haven't learned yet? Y'all haven't seen that Ron DeSantis won by 19% in the state of Florida? Y'all didn't see that?
Nope.
Probably. I think y'all blind. Why I care? Like, I don't understand people who don't live in Florida, why they care so much about what we do here. I don't care. I don't give a damn what California do. California about to pass reparations. I still don't care. I don't give a damn.
Nope.
I don't. Before I get all the people.
How dare you?
Come on. Like, what is this upset? That's why I'm saying the left is control freaks, bro. If you don't like it, you leave. Like, I don't understand the fascination here. Like, Florida's Ron DeSantis and the Florida Department of Education once again made a national headlines on Wednesday after the state rejected an advanced placement African American studies. And to me, this is common tactics with the left or people who are more left wing. They like to hide behind something that's on the surface level looks good, but on the underbelly, it's stuff that's debatable, right? You want to talk about being honest, being disingenuous? They're the masters of that, right? You deny this, they're gonna say you're a racist, bro. But and then when you go in the curriculum, which I showed you guys in the intro of the video, he pointed out something specifically. Hey, this goes against our laws here in the state of Florida. Respect the laws of the state of Florida. That's it. That's how we decide to run our state. Then you accept it. You can say, hey, I disagree, but hey, that's fine. But all this fake outrage is not going to change anything. And I think more Republican leaderships need to be more steadfast in their beliefs. Hey, this is the law. We passed the law. If people didn't like it, my ass would have been out of the office. But I'm not. I'm here.
Bruh.
Won by 19%. And most Florida parents agree with this, even if it's a slight majority. We agree with this. Hey, do not teach this stuff in our classroom. CRT is garbage. Don't teach that shit to my kid. I almost cursed. I probably did. I might cut it out. The Florida Standard obtained a copy of the course syllabus and reviewed the proposed material. Topics include Black queer studies and post-racial racism and blindness. And this to me is like a nonsensical thing, bro. Post-racial racism. What that mean? Oh, it's not obvious racism. This is CRT. This is CRT, colorblindness. Like, how colorblindness is racism? I don't, bruh. This is some stuff I heard that Abram guy say before. On January 12th, the Florida Department of Education Office of Articulation sent a letter notifying the College Board that the state was rejecting his request for state approval of the course. The letter stated that as presented, the content of this course is explicitly contrary to Florida law. This is the truth, and significantly lacks educational value. I believe it does. Like, what kind of value does a kid get from Black queer studies? Riddle me that.
Bruh.
I don't see no value in that, and that shouldn't be taught to my kid. If my kid wants to go into a career on that, he'll learn that in college. But in high school, no. right? Because to me, high school should be like the foundation point. There's a reason why all our kids out here, they know all the TikTok songs, they know everything, but then they don't know what year their country was founded on, and they're born here. Like, come on. At the same time, to let her know that in the future, the College Board be willing to come back to the table with lawful, historically accurate content. The FDOCE will always be willing to reopen the discussion. So even they give them a position to change. You think they're going to take it?
Nope.
They won't. CRT. Section 4 of the syllabus introduced the topic of post-racial racism and colorblindness. Oh, here we go. And features text from Eduardo Benanola Silva, who employs critical race theory in his writings. Yeah, it's true, right? And this is not my book. This is my wife's book. She had to do for college. And yeah, this is definitely CRT type stuff, right? And it's indoctrination. Like, and that's what, like, why we voted for Ron DeSantis. Stop the woke. I don't want this BS in my kids learning this BS stuff. Racism without racist. Like what kind of title is that? Like what kind of title is this? Racism without racist? Like how? So it's unconscious racism? That sounds like CRT to me.
Nope.
Oh, it's not? It's not? Oh, let me know. Let me know in the comment section if I'm tripping. Eduardo's Racism Without Racism, so dumb, describes how white talk, think, and account for the existence of racial inequality, and makes clear that colorblind racism is insidious now as insidious now as ever, right? And does that make me a racist because I'm colorblind now? Like I don't look at people based on the color of their skin. I don't think, oh my God, this guy's friendly because he's black. In most cases, if the guy's black, he's more likely to kill me than someone of another race, based on statistics. But does that make me racist now? So it's like you don't win. Like they always want to have a problem. First you say, oh, don't judge me by the color of my skin. People do it. Now they're calling that racism too, bruh. Like you can't win with these people. Right? The book's second chapter entitles What is Systematic Racism? Coming to terms with how racism shape all whites and non-whites. Explains how all members of society participate in structural racism. All society? So even you black people participate in racism, right? Section 4 also includes black queer studies. As description states, this topic explored the concepts of queer colored critique, grounded in black feminism and intersectionality. And this is political. I don't want no political nonsense in my kids' classroom. This is one of the big reasons why I don't want my kid going to public school. Because this is where this stuff can go in. At least with private school, they know if they try this BS, people are leaving. Everybody may not leave, but a lot of people will be leaving. As black students lens that shift sexuality studies towards racial analysis. Sorry. It's late. I'm losing my words. So here's how it goes contrary to Florida law. In April of 2022, Ron DeSantis signed a law known as the Stop Woke Act. The acronym stands for Wrong to Our Kids and Employees. The bill was also known as the Individual Freedom Act. The law prohibits teaching or instructing that espouses, promotes, advances, encapsulates, or compels students or employees to believe any of the following 8 concepts. I agree. Right? You shouldn't be trying to get my kid to, like, especially when they're most impressionable. You shouldn't be trying to put these little complex ideas out there and telling them, hey, this is what you should think about this. Right? Prohibited teachings include members of one's race, color, nationality, or sex are morally superior to members of another race, color, nationality, or sex. Bruh. To the fact that you have to explain that. Like, you have to write that in law. It shows the waning of our moral infrastructure, right? A person by virtue of his or her race, color, national origin, or sex is inherently racist, sexist, or oppressive, whether consciously or unconscious. This is critical race theory right here. What you guys are teaching in the syllabus, right? Queer theory, what else we taught? Post-racism, right? Our little book here. It violates this law right here. It also violates the first one. And you're taking materials out of this book. But we're not teaching CRT in high school. We're not teaching CRT in schools, only in college. And then when you ask them, define CRT. is the teaching of the concepts of these concepts right here. Like, the truth is, do your theories violate these laws? Yes. A person's moral character or status as either privileged or oppressed is necessarily determined by his or her race, color, national origin, or sex, right? And this is what I talk about. Personal responsibility. Like, end of the day, if you're like, be so good they can't deny you. Like, if you're good for the job, I believe you'll get the job. But what I see too many times in people in my life or around or online is that they'll find the first level excuse that they can find for why they're not successful in life.
Bruh.
Oh, I lost that race because I'm a girl. I didn't get that job because I'm black.
Bruh.
Like, come on. People are always looking for an excuse so they don't have to look in the mirror and say, man, maybe it's because I wasn't good enough. Maybe I didn't try hard enough. Maybe I didn't study hard enough. Maybe I wasn't prepared enough.
Bruh.
But people don't want to face that reality. They want that hidden excuse, right? There's that meme, black person losing the argument, throw the race card. People always want to have that in their little back pocket. A fail-safe plan. So they always have an excuse so they can shift the blame on someone else and never themselves. I'm just saying, this is honestly what I believe. Members of one's race, color, national origin, or sex cannot and should not be attempted to treat others without respect to race, color, nationality, or origin. This is a concept of like black people don't need to treat white people a certain way, calling them colonizers when they never colonized your country ever in their life.
Bruh.
But because they look like the people that colonize you, your supposed people, you hold unfounded resentment towards them. Like, this is imagination. You're suffering from imagination. Most black people are suffering from imagination. What atrocities does a white person did to you? None. For the most part. If someone does something personal to you, that's with that person. But to condemn a whole group of people because they happen to look like another group of people and you happen to look like another group of people that were victimized by those people, bro, this is the whole point. The whole problem with the reparations argument is that you want a group of people, black people of today who never lived 400 years. There's no black person alive that's 400 years old. You want them to reap the benefits of the suffering of people that they happen to look like. They never took a chain. They never picked a cotton. They never took a whip, but they're supposed to get reparations because they descended from them.
Bruh.
Like, yo, you can't make reparations a moral argument if that is what the reality is. You're benefiting off the suffering of your ancestors. How is that moral? That's not.
Nope.
It doesn't make sense.
I'll continue. A person by virtue of his race or color, nationality, or sex bears responsibility for or should be discriminated against or receive adverse treatment because of actions committed in the past by other members of the same race, color, national origin, or sex. Bruh, I don't understand how you can disagree with what's being stated here. A person by virtue of his own race, color, gender, sex should not be discriminated against or receive adverse treatment to achieve diversity, inclusion. Yep, DEI right here. Right? And that's affirmative action. Right? You discriminate against a bunch of well-mannered Asian people for black people. Right? Regardless, you saying, hey, black people need a handout and we need to push some of these Asians out of the way because, hey, there's too many of you guys in here. If you think I'm lying, why not do DEI in the NBA? There's too many black people in there. We should put more Asian people in there. We should put more white people in there. Y'all ain't gonna do that.
Nope.
Y'all not. So all this DEI crap is crap. It's cap. All y'all want is one particular group. You want to get preferential treatment for one particular group for atrocities that of the past. Interracial marriage is the most has ever been in American history, but racism is a problem. A person by virtue of his or her race, color, nationality bears personal responsibility for and must feel guilty, anguish, or other forms of psychological distress because of actions in which the person played no part committed in the past by other members of the same race, color, national origin, or sex. It's crazy. Such virtues as merit, excellence, hard work, fairness, neutrality, objectivity, and racial color blindness are racist or sexist or were created by members of a particular race, color, nationality, or sex to oppress members of another race, color, nationality, or sex. This is crazy, bro. This is the biggest bruh moment in my life.
Bruh.
And then I'm gonna get a bunch of
How dare
because
you?
I questioned it. Like, yo, you merit Like, I'm a meritocracy, bro. If I'm not the best for the job, someone else should get it. I don't care if there's 1,000 white men already that already got the job, bro. If I'm not good enough for the job, I shouldn't get it. I strive for excellence in whatever I do. Hard work. Hard work beat talent when talent doesn't work hard, right? There's a lot of people who squander opportunities because they were arrogant. They were hubris. Oh, I deserve it because of this. Fairness. You should be playing by the same rules. No one should get special treatment. This is ridiculous. This getting, look. Here's the actual. I downloaded the PDF so you guys don't have to. The Black feminist movement, right? And to me, this is African American studies, right? And the biggest gripe that some of these pro-blacks will always say is that, oh, you're raised by the white man's educational system. Isn't feminism technically a white woman's movement? So what is doing in here? I'm just saying, you trying to be specific to them. I mean, this is the intersectionality they're talking about. Activism is political in my view. Like, you're teaching our kids just to be, hey, let's be activists. Let's protest. Let's, like, instead of doing something productive in their life to change it, right? Activism, I believe, is a disease that's going on in our young people today. It's because activism doesn't require anything more than just complaining about anything. And what's the easiest thing a teenager can do? Complain. Complain, oh, this system's not good enough, whatever. Activism don't provide any solutions. Most of the time, they just critiquing what's currently working or what's currently at display. But if you ask them, offer up a better idea, they'll look at you.
Nope.
They don't have it. But hey, man, I digress. I feel like I rambled a lot in this video. Look, guys, CRT, I disagree. I'm identity politics. I can't relate to it at all. Right? I don't think I have an inherent advantage because I'm a male. Maybe I have factors, right? As an individual, I have factors that gives me an unfair advantage in certain things. But I also think it applies the reverse as well. There's certain advantages that females have over me that I won't have in certain situations. You get me? If it's a sport, I have an advantage. If it's a social setting, women have an advantage, right? But no one wants to bring that stuff up, right? No one wants to take the time to be nuanced and balanced in their takes or in their perspectives about these things. They just want to color everything with a broad brush and be like, it's this way or it's that way, right? And then they want you to accept that as gospel. And because of Florida State disagrees with the premise, y'all want to call them racist.
Bruh.
I'm just sick of the narrative games, guys. That's all I am. But hey, let me know your thoughts about this story in the comment section below. I really like to hear some of you guys' thoughts. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.